What if something sitting in your kitchen this morning is making your kidneys work harder without looking dangerous at all? And what if you have trusted it for years? Because the label looks healthy and the habit feels normal. I am a kidney doctor, and I see this quiet mistake often in older adults and
Kidney
retirees.
health is vital.
Today,
We are
I
here
will
to
explain
provide
the
the
risk
best
in plain
care.
English.
I want to
No shame
assure
here.
you that with
I
our
will show
team,
why
you
one
are in the
trusted
best
habit
hands.
may quietly
Your
matter.
kidneys are like the
That
body's
silence is
filters, working
dangerous,
hard to keep you
especially
healthy.
after 60.
Absolutely.
Stay
That's
with
why
me,
understanding
because a
kidney health
10-second
is so
kitchen
vital.
tip is coming near
Indeed.
the end. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Your kidneys can struggle for years before they send obvious warnings. That is the trap. Most people imagine
Even
kidney
seemingly
danger starting in
perfect
a
eggs can
hospital
harbor
with urgent
unseen
symptoms.
dangers.
But many kidney
Always
problems
check for
begin much
hairline
earlier,
fractures
in
before
a
you
quieter
cook.
place. They begin near the stove, inside the pantry, beside a breakfast bowl, or on your weekly grocery list. Nothing looks alarming there, and the package
I'm
may
so
look
sorry,
clean.
but the
The
damage
food
to
may
his
look
kidneys
ordinary,
is severe.
familiar, and
We're
even
doing everything
responsible.
we can,
That is
but we need to
exactly why
prepare for the
careful people miss
possibility
it
of
today.
dialysis.
Your kidneys are not dramatic organs, even when stress is building. They do not usually shout when pressure starts building. They filter blood, remove waste, balance fluid, and help control pressure. If they are irritated today, you may not feel pain. If reserve is slipping slowly, you may still feel mostly fine. Tiredness may seem normal, and puffy ankles may seem harmless. Darker urine may come and go without much attention. Sometimes nothing feels wrong at all until a lab result changes. I have watched that moment happen many times. A person
Persistent
sits
fatigue,
across from me holding a
swollen
routine
ankles,
blood
and
test, and
unusually
one
dark
kidney number
urine
is
are
circled.
subtle signs you
Creatinine is a
shouldn't
little
ignore.
higher than expected. The filtration rate looks lower than the person expected that morning. Suddenly, the mind runs backward through breakfast, snacks, sauces, drinks, and family habits.
I understand this
The
news
question
is
is always
difficult.
the same.
We need to start
What did I
treatment right
miss?
away.
Often, the answer is not
What
one
exactly
dramatic
does this
mistake.
mean for me,
It is a
doctor?
small, repeated burden the kidneys could not complain about
What
early.
did I miss?
This matters even more after 55 or 60. With age, the kidneys may have less extra reserve than before. Add high blood pressure, diabetes, past stones, swelling, extra weight, or family history, and the margin becomes smaller. A kitchen choice that seemed harmless at 40 may carry more weight at 70, not because your body is weak, but because the filters have worked for decades. They deserve attention now. The danger today is not always obvious junk food. It can hide behind labels that sound safe enough to trust. Words like natural, clean, organic, traditional, light, or heart-friendly can lower your guard. Sometimes the threat is not one ingredient alone. It is the pattern built around it. A spoonful here, a repeated bowl, a trusted drink, a trusted seasoning habit, or a healthy-looking routine. Over time, that pattern may raise pressure, worsen sugar, increase fluid burden, or add waste for the kidneys to clear. This is not about fear. It is about seeing clearly before the body forces you to. Many older adults are careful people. They are not careless with health, and they are not trying to harm themselves. They cook for family,
Understanding
buy
your
familiar
kidney health
foods,
is important.
follow old habits,
And together,
and trust wellness
we can
labels.
manage it
Some
with
are already
confidence
trying to protect
and
their heart.
clarity.
Some are watching sugar, cutting fat, or choosing foods that friends call healthy. Some have been told their kidneys are weak, but nobody explained daily meaning.
Look, only
So
2
they keep
grams of
eating
sugar.
trusted items, never realizing one
And it
kitchen
says
habit
heart
may
healthy
drain
right
kidney
here.
reserve in the background.
We'll take this one.
And you may not feel it.
Your
That
kidneys
is
are
the part
weaker
I
than
want you
we'd
to
like.
remember.
It's
Kidney
not
stress
immediately
often
critical,
enters
but
quietly,
we'll need to
then later
monitor.
shows itself
What
through
exactly does
numbers,
that mean for my
swelling,
everyday
fatigue,
life?
urination, or a doctor's concern. By then, the conversation feels heavier than it needed to be. My goal is not to make you afraid of your kitchen.
Your
My
kidney
goal is to
function
help
has
you look at
decreased
it with wiser
significantly.
eyes,
We
because
need to
small
discuss
changes
treatment
matter.
options.
In this video,
I
I will
don't
guide you through
understand.
the
It was
ordinary
fine
kitchen
last
pattern
month.
that may quietly strain the kidneys. You will see why it matters after 60, and how it connects with pressure, sugar, fluid balance,
Think your
and
kitchen
filtering
habits
work.
don't matter after
I will
60?
also show the
Think
health
again.
halo mistake,
They're directly
key
linked
kidney
to your
numbers,
pressure,
and
sugar,
practical
and vital
swaps that
kidney
reduce
filtering
daily
work.
pressure. Near the end, I will give you one simple 10-second kitchen rule you can use before meals. Before I reveal the kitchen habit, you need to understand why kidneys are so easy to damage quietly. Your kidneys are not loud organs. They do not usually warn you the way a painful knee warns you, or the way your chest warns you when breathing feels tight. They keep filtering blood, removing waste, balancing fluid, supporting blood pressure, and adjusting minerals while you go through ordinary days. That quiet work can continue even when kidney reserve is slowly getting smaller. That is the trap. Many adults over 55 still feel mostly normal, while their kidneys are already carrying more pressure than they should. They may wake up, make breakfast, take a pill, drink coffee, eat the same healthy meal, and never imagine the kidneys are being asked to compensate again. But compensation is not the same as safety. Think of kidney reserve like extra room on a bridge. When you are younger, that bridge often has more space to handle mistakes. It can tolerate a dry day, a salty meal, a pain pill, or a heavy protein dinner more easily. As you age, especially with high blood pressure, diabetes, past kidney stones, or reduced kidney function, that extra room may become smaller. Then the same daily habit matters more. This is why a kitchen danger can hide for years. The food may not look dangerous. The package may even look clean. The routine may feel responsible because you are trying to eat better, lose weight, improve your heart, or control blood sugar. Still, your kidneys care about the total burden. They care about what you repeat, how hydrated you are, which medicines you use, how high your blood pressure runs, and whether your lab numbers already show reduced filtering. One food choice does not explain every kidney problem, but a repeated pattern can add pressure when the kidneys already have less margin. That is why I do not want you to ask only, "Is this food healthy?" Ask a better question. Is this daily pattern right for my kidneys, my age, my history, and my numbers? How many adults over 60 are quietly stressing their kidneys with the very healthy food they proudly eat every day? If this gave you your first real warning today, comment "rotate" right now and let that one word remind you for the long run. Healthy food still needs the right pattern, the right timing, and the right kidney numbers. That question can protect you from the mistake many careful people make. They assume danger must look unhealthy, greasy, salty, or obviously processed. But some kidney burdens hide inside habits that look ordinary, trusted, and even wise. Now let us look at the first trusted habit that can quietly reduce kidney safety. The pill feels harmless because it works. Many older adults reach for ibuprofen or naproxen after a long walk, a stiff back, arthritis pain, or a bad night of sleep. They do not think of it as a kidney issue. They think of it as relief, and that is completely understandable. Pain changes your day, but regular use of these medicines can become a hidden kidney burden, especially when the body is already vulnerable. These medicines belong to a group often called NSAIDs, and they can reduce the blood flow your kidneys depend on to filter properly. That does not mean one tablet always causes harm. It means repeated use needs respect. Here is the simple mechanism. Your kidneys need steady blood flow to clean the blood. Some pain medicines can narrow the support system that helps maintain that flow, especially during dehydration, illness, high blood pressure, or existing kidney decline. When the kidneys get less blood flow, filtering can become harder. The risk grows quietly. A person may take a pain pill with morning coffee, skip water, work in the yard, and eat a salty lunch. Nothing dramatic happens that day, but the kidneys may have been asked to handle pain medicine, low fluid, blood pressure stress, and waste filtration all at once. That stack matters more after 60. This does not mean you should suffer through pain or throw away every medicine. It means regular use should not be automatic. If you take these medicines often, especially with kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, or diuretics, talk with your doctor or pharmacist about safer options. Do not guess alone. A protective shift is simple. Notice your pattern before the next dose. Ask whether you are dehydrated, whether you have kidney risk factors, and whether this has become a daily routine instead of occasional relief. Your kidneys do not need fear. They need fewer silent surprises. And one of the biggest surprises is that many people are dehydrated without feeling thirsty. Dehydration after 60 often does not feel dramatic. You may not feel dizzy, weak, or extremely thirsty. You may simply drink less because you do not want bathroom trips, you forgot, or coffee replaced water for most of the morning. The problem is that thirst signals can become less reliable with age. That small change can matter. Your kidneys use fluid to help dilute waste and keep minerals moving through the urinary system. When you run dry, urine becomes more concentrated. Waste sits in a smaller amount of fluid, and crystal-forming substances have a better chance to meet each other. That is where kidney stones can enter the story. A person may eat the same foods, take the same supplements, and use the same medicine, but low fluid changes the environment inside the urinary tract. The kidneys are not just filtering waste, they are trying to keep the chemistry balanced while the body gives them less water to work with. This is not about drinking gallons. For many older adults, the safer habit is steady fluid earlier in the day, adjusted for heart failure, kidney disease, or any fluid restriction from a doctor. If your doctor has limited your fluids, follow that guidance. But if you have no restriction and you often go many hours with only coffee or tea, your kidneys may be working in a more concentrated environment than necessary. Look at the daily scene. You wake up, drink coffee, take medicine, eat breakfast, and stay busy. By lunch, your mouth feels normal, so you assume hydration is fine. But your urine may be dark, your energy may dip, and your kidneys may already be filtering a thicker load than they needed to. A practical shift is to anchor water to routines, not thirst. Drink some water after waking, again with medicines if allowed, and again before a high-fiber or high-oxalate meal. Check urine color as a simple cue. Pale yellow often suggests better hydration, while consistently dark urine can be a sign to pay attention. Hydration is not a cure, but it can reduce one silent burden that makes other burdens stronger. And that brings us to another confusing trap. The protein habit many older adults adopt for the right reason. Protein is necessary. After 50 and especially after 60, many people do need enough protein to help maintain muscle, strength, healing, and independence. So I am not here to tell you protein is bad. That would be too simple, and it would be wrong. The trap is excess without context. Some adults begin eating large portions of red meat every day, adding protein shakes, using protein powders, and chasing high-protein diets without knowing their kidney numbers. Their goal may be strength, weight loss, or blood sugar control. But kidneys must filter the waste that comes after protein is broken down. That extra waste is not imaginary. Protein digestion creates nitrogen waste, and healthy kidneys help clear it. When kidney function is normal, the body may handle reasonable protein intake well. But when eGFR is reduced, creatinine is rising, or urine albumin is present, the right amount of protein may need to be personalized. The problem is not protein itself. The problem is assuming more is always better. Imagine an older adult who eats eggs at breakfast, a protein shake at lunch, a large steak at dinner, and a protein bar at night. That person may believe every choice is helping. But if kidney reserve is already reduced, the total daily load may deserve a second look. This is where testing matters. You cannot feel your eGFR at breakfast. You cannot sense urine albumin while standing at the stove. You may feel fine while your lab results show that your kidneys need a gentler plan. So the protective shift is not fear, it is guidance. Ask your doctor what protein amount fits your kidney function, muscle needs, age, and medical conditions. Keep protein balanced across meals instead of overloading one meal. Favor variety and do not add powders simply because the label says healthy or strong. Your kidneys need useful nutrition, not blind excess. This protein trap prepares you for the main kitchen danger because the most surprising kidney burden is often not the food people feel guilty about. It is the food they feel proud of eating. Now we reach the hidden kitchen destroyer most people never suspect. It is not one evil food. It is the repeated high oxalate pattern hiding behind a health halo. I am talking about foods like spinach, almond products, beet juice, Swiss chard, sweet potatoes, dark chocolate, cocoa powder, and similar high oxalate foods when eaten often, heavily, or in concentrated forms. This surprises good people. They were not careless. They were trying to be healthy. They bought the spinach for smoothies, the almond milk for breakfast, the dark chocolate for antioxidants, the beet juice for circulation, and the sweet potatoes because they seemed better than white bread. That is why this warning matters. Oxalate is a natural compound found in many plants. Your body also makes some oxalate on its own. In many people, normal amounts are handled without a problem, especially with good hydration and balanced meals, but the risk changes with repetition. Normally, some oxalate can bind with calcium in the gut and leave through the stool. That is one reason pairing matters. But when oxalate intake is very high, hydration is poor, gut absorption is increased, or kidney clearance is reduced, more oxalate may reach the kidneys. There, oxalate can bind with calcium. Those calcium oxalate crystals can contribute to kidney stones, which can cause severe pain and may increase kidney stress. In more vulnerable situations, high oxalate burden can irritate kidney tissue and become part of a larger pattern of filtration strain. Again, I am not saying spinach is poison. I am not saying almonds are dangerous for everyone. The problem is the same high oxalate food every day, especially in large amounts, especially blended or concentrated, and especially in someone with kidney stones, reduced eGFR, dehydration, digestive issues, or heavy vitamin C supplement use. This is where the health halo becomes dangerous. A bowl of spinach once in a balanced meal is not the same as a daily spinach smoothie packed with almond milk, cocoa powder, beet greens, and a high-dose vitamin C supplement. The body experiences patterns, not marketing words. Your kidneys filter the result. The practical protection is not panic. It is rotation. Rotate high oxalate foods instead of eating the same one daily. Pair higher oxalate foods with calcium-containing foods at the same meal when appropriate, because calcium in the gut can help bind oxalate before it reaches the kidneys. Hydrate earlier in the day, not only after you feel thirsty. Ask for kidney numbers, especially creatinine, eGFR, and urine albumin. Also, be careful with high-dose vitamin C supplements. Very high vitamin C intake may increase oxalate production in the body. Food-based vitamin C is different from megadosing supplements, but if you have kidney stones or kidney disease risk, this is worth discussing with your doctor. Here is the personal risk filter I want you to remember. Have you ever had kidney stones? Do you know your eGFR or creatinine? Do you eat the same high oxalate food every day? Are you often dehydrated or using pain pills regularly? Those 4 questions can change the whole meaning of your kitchen. The same food may be harmless for one person and risky for another. Healthy does not mean right for everybody every day. Your kidneys need context, not labels. Now here is the 10-second kitchen tip. Before you eat the same healthy food every day, pause and ask, have I rotated this food? Have I had water today? And do I know my kidney numbers? That pause is simple, but it can stop the automatic pattern that creates silent pressure. You do not need to fear your kitchen. You need to stop letting one repeated habit make decisions for your kidneys. And once you see that clearly, the ending becomes much calmer. Your kidneys are working for you right now. They have been filtering, balancing, adjusting, and protecting you quietly for decades. Today, you saw why that silence can become a trap. The danger is not always a dramatic poison. Sometimes it is the trusted pain pill taken too often, the dehydration you do not feel, the protein habit that may be too much for your kidney reserve, or the high oxalate kitchen pattern hiding behind healthy labels. But this is not a message of panic. It is a message of awareness. You do not need to empty your kitchen or become afraid of every green food, nut, vegetable, or supplement. You need to understand your pattern. You need to know whether your kidneys have full reserve, whether you have had stones before, whether your creatinine is rising, whether your eGFR is lower than expected, and whether urine albumin is quietly showing early damage. That knowledge gives you control. You can rotate foods instead of repeating the same one daily. You can pair higher oxalate foods wisely when appropriate. You can drink water earlier, before thirst becomes the only signal. You can ask your doctor about long-term NSAID use, high-dose supplements, and the right protein amount for your kidney numbers. Small changes are not dramatic, but repeated in the right direction, they can protect energy, independence, and peace of mind. If this information could help someone who eats the same healthy food every day without knowing the kidney risk, share this video with them. Subscribe for more calm, doctor-led health guidance for older adults and families who want prevention before crisis. And comment kidney if you want that one word to remind you to check your kidney numbers and rethink your daily pattern. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take this seriously but gently. Your kidneys do not need fear today. They need attention, water, smarter rotation, and better questions at your next checkup. Take care of those kidneys. They have been taking care of you your whole life.